Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. Today, we're talking about kitsch, flamingos, and TV guides.
Don't touch that dial. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 247 of 10K Dollar Day. I'm Allison Burns.
I'm Lulu Picard.
And this is the comedy podcast about imaginary luxury travel. In just a few moments, Lulu is going to take 10,000 fake dollars and spend it in a very real place in the world. And it's all based off of one magic word. And you already know that magic word because it's the title of the episode. And that word is going to take us through our new segment, 10K Roleplay. But we also have obsessions and wish lists to get to. And by the way, if you want to tell us your obsessions and your wish list, please email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. But our voices are here now, so let's start with our obsessions. Lou, what's your obsession this week?
My obsession this week, I can hear it right now.
Really?
It's my parents' Roomba. But here's the thing, like we've had Roombas in our lives a while, right? Like this, You've had a Roomba for a couple of years.
I love it.
This is their third Roomba, so like we're never leaving the Roomba. We love the
How
Roomba.
often do you have to replace the Roomba?
I think I asked my dad and he says that like every 3 or 4 years.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. And they now got the Roomba that like even empties itself. It sounds like a jet airliner, but it empties itself. But their Roomba, I understand that you program it.
Sure.
But I feel that their Roomba has a mind of its own.
Really?
It decides to turn on, it decides to turn off, it stops in the middle of the room, then it will suddenly turn on and then like leave again. Like after 2 hours, you'll be like, what is it doing over here? And then it'll look at you and it'll turn on and go home. And you're like, what is happening?
I love that.
The Roomba is sentient. It's not malevolent. It's like a nice little Roomba, but I keep watching it. Like I'm watching it like a hawk. I'm like,
does your Roomba have a name?
No, is that the problem?
Well, I don't know if that's the problem, but we did name our Roomba and we do call it by its name. Like, for instance, if I come home and I can't find it, because sometimes it'll just be gone because it will get stuck under something, I'll literally call out for it. I'll be like, Bruce, where are you? And then eventually I'll be able to find him. So
when you say eventually you'll be able to find him, because you find him or because Bruce comes in?
He definitely doesn't come when he's called. He hides. But I do feel like maybe he sends off some sort of signal because he normally hides in around the same spot. So I kind of know where to look. He gets tangled underneath the TV mantle place. So
yes.
That's normally what happens. But we do name him. I don't know if that makes a difference, but if we are talking AI, you never know.
Then you should always name them so they don't feel like they're not named.
Yeah, it's true.
Great. Well, now I'm going to have to call him Roomy or something.
That's a good one. Or you call him Hoover.
Oh, you could call him Hoover. That's true. I mean, we have a dog named Paddle, so we can call it anything, really.
That's true. Just pick a name out of a hat.
What about you? What's your obsession?
Okay, so last episode, I talked about how I was glad I found out what was causing my cheeks to break out. Well, I did order those pillowcases and I am obsessed with them. It's the Blissy pillowcases.
Okay. What do you love about them?
Well, first of all, they're incredibly soft. I got the king size because my bed is a king, and they have literally made a difference in my face. Like, I feel like my hair too. My hair doesn't wake up as matted as normal.
Yeah, they say that you're supposed to sleep on like silk or satin for your hair.
Yeah, and it's cooler.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
So I will say, when my dermatologist told me about them, and I ordered them this last week, they were pricey, but the only reason I was able to get them is because they had a payment plan. So I was able to pay like $30 every month and then get them. So, I love like an Afterpay. So it was not quite called Afterpay. It was something that was like through PayPal where you could like pay monthly instead. But I ordered 2 actually, so that I could wash them and have another one, like your recommendation.
I don't have a recommendation.
No, I said like your recommendation.
Oh, I was like, I don't have a recommendation.
No. Because remember last week you told me that you were like, oh, you got to get more than one, so you're not washing it every few days.
Yeah, I used to have silk pillowcases when I was a kid, and I hated them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but they felt weird on my face. But now everyone's saying like it's good for your face. Maybe I'll get them, but I just don't like I feel like you slip on them. I don't like them.
Oh,
my hair gets all slippery on them.
And to be honest, like this is like the number one, like it was featured in Glamour, in the Oprah magazine, and they make other things too. They make like silk sleep masks and face masks, and they make the wash even. They make like a spray that makes you sleep better. I can't get into all that because I still got to get through this Afterpay, but eventually maybe.
Well, and I'm also the weird person that I like low thread count sheets.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like my stuff to feel super silky because it always feels dirty to me if it's over soft. Anyway. Yeah. Great. I'm so glad that you love your pillowcases.
I do love my pillowcases. What's on your wish list?
My wish list is that my computer is too old.
Yes.
To blur my background on Zoom.
It's too old to blur the back. Oh.
Yeah, so it doesn't do that.
Can you have a backdrop? Can you do the green screen?
My computer can't handle a green screen. What are you talking about? We are right now. We're talking with the video off because we can't.
That's true. That's true.
What are you talking about? Yeah, and I wish that like I have a Zoom meeting today. I'm still recovering from COVID. Like we're recording this a couple weeks, so I'm in bed, and I would like to stay in bed and do this whole Zoom from bed. But I also don't want to be the girl who's Zooming from bed.
Right. No, I hear you. Because then they can see what's behind you. You have to like make sure that whatever's in the background like fits
it looks like a headboard. Like it just clearly looks like I'm sitting in bed. So I wish I could blur it so that I could legitimately just be sitting in bed and listening to it's an orientation. So I don't even think I really have to be like up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Just a lot of focus time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Zoom. Your face is there the whole time.
Yep.
You can't even pretend that no one's looking at you, even though in truth, no one's looking at you. Right? Like in truth, people are generally just looking at the person who's talking. Like they even have it set where
yep.
Yeah. So no one, but also someone.
Yep. You never know.
I was on a Zoom once during the pandemic. Like one of those big social Zooms that people were doing where it was like, let's do a reunion of all the casts of blank. And
listen, like, okay, I did one for my cast of Rent that I hadn't seen in 20 something years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like very conscious that an ex-boyfriend was on the Zoom that I don't talk to anymore. And I was like, oh gosh. And I was like, I'm either going to look amazing or turn my camera off. Like there's no
middle ground.
There's no middle ground when you're just sitting at home because you know that people can just be staring at your face.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why I always have really good lighting.
Oh, you gotta have lighting.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, everyone on my Zoom today is just gonna get a girl with blue light glasses and maybe she's in bed.
Oh, they'll be okay with that.
Yeah, there have to be. It's fine. What about you? What's your wish list?
I wish that I had something effective to clean my blinds.
Oh.
I still have and I know we've bought the little dust things.
Yeah, but they just move the dust.
Exactly. Why haven't we created something? I don't get it. I even tried the spray. There's this new stuff called the dust spray. So you spray it on the dust and it's supposed to like clot the dust together and then you wipe. I know. I still have nothing. Like I have the
real question.
Yes.
With all the money you're going to spend on these gadgets.
Yes.
And new cleaners.
Ooh,
and the time.
Yeah.
Can you just hire someone to come in once every 2 months, you know what I mean? To do the deep clean.
See, that's what I need. You know what I need to do is I need to put it all in a spreadsheet with what I would spend and what this person would cost, and then present that to my husband because he thinks that I should just be cleaning, or him, not just me. It's not that household, but like he's like, well, we'll just do it. But he thought the same thing with the lawn. And I'm like, but the amount of time that we spend and the gadgets, you know how many times I have broken the weed whacker and how many times we've had to buy the new string stuff for it? Like if we just hired somebody, it's just
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the deep clean, hiring someone for the deep. Also because I'll be honest, I'm not good at it.
No,
like
me
there
either.
are some people who are just really good at deep cleaning.
Yeah.
And
they
can
like
tell.
it.
Yeah, I can tell when something is deep cleaned and when something is not, but I don't know what it is. I cannot do it.
I know.
So the only problem is that when you have someone come in, you have to have the house clean because otherwise they like do things you don't want. You're like, no, do the blinds. And they're like, yeah, but I could also do the dishes. And you're like, yeah, but I want you to do the blinds because I can do the dishes.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like I'd have to find someone who like, it was like set for sure.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it sucks, but you just kind of have to like clean the house before they get there.
I know. Yeah, for sure. Anyways, that's my wish list. But I do. I wish that I could just hire people who are good at what they do for each task that I don't want to do.
But you can.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying like you can, like it costs money. I know that.
No, I know. Yeah.
I also feel that you are going through money trying to solve the problem another way.
I agree. I know. You're right.
There you go. Right. So I've already justified that for you. So I feel
Thank you.
Should just be able to do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I feel justified. And I also feel like it's time for 10K Day.
It's a $10K day. Imaginary travel and a laugh or two. As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do. We buy top drawer, but we don't really pay. So say what's your happy and you'll be our bae.
All right. Our word of the day is...
Hi, my name is Michelle Knight, and the word of the day is courage.
All right. That comes to us from Michelle, another Michelle. This is Michelle Knight. She is a friend of ours, a friend of the podcast. So excited to get this word. So excited for Lulu to take me on a trip. Where are we going?
Okay. Well, we are going. Do I tell you now where I'm going? Yes, I do. Okay. I will tell you where we're going, but I'm not going to tell you why it relates to Michelle's word courage. Okay. Although I have a feeling that like knowing Michelle, because she's a friend of ours, she's a singer, very talented singer. I think she will enjoy where this took me.
Okay.
So you and I are going, Allison, to Bucharest, Romania.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're going to stay at the Athene Palace Hilton, Bucharest. You know, I love a foreign Hilton.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of the hotels, when you look them up right now in Bucharest, are marked discounted for Ukraine refugees.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. And the Hilton is one of them. Nice. So we're going to stay there. We're going to stay in the Palace Suite. We each got one.
Okay.
And in the Palace Suite, you get exclusive access to the executive lounge where they do complimentary continental breakfast.
Nice.
Refreshments and a selection of canapes. Okay. So for both of us to stay at the Athene Palace Hilton, it's going to cost about $1,500.
Oh, that's not bad though.
Not bad. So breakfast, we're going to Trofique. It looks yummy on Facebook. There's no prices, but there's $2 signs on Google, and it looks kind of like, I don't know, like clean eating breakfasts. Do you know what I mean? Like they have a lot of like salmon with poached eggs and like, you know, things like that. I don't know if that's actually clean eating, but to me it felt very fresh and clean. So $40 for both of us, I'm assuming, from the $2 signs.
Okay.
Now we're going to the Romanian Kitsch Museum.
Kitsch?
It is a whole museum dedicated to kitsch.
Oh, interesting.
I know. So the entire collection is divided into 8 sections. And this is what they say. The Romanian Kitsch Museum is the best way of understanding Romanian subculture.
Okay.
Kitsch is defined as art, objects, or design considered to be in poor taste because of excessive garnishments or sentimentality, but
Oh.
sometimes appreciated in an ironic or knowing way.
Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah. So Romanian kitsch is very authentic. They say that Romanian people are creative and ridiculous and proud.
Mm-hmm.
There is no good or bad taste. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. They say
I love that.
I know, I love it. It's 40% art. It's 30% bad taste. It's 25% just wrong and 5% ignorance.
Oh my God, I love that.
I know. Don't you like want to go there immediately?
Yes, that's amazing.
So
I feel like that describes my house too.
you know,
So
you need the deep clean.
I do.
So it's only $5 to enter. So we're going to go, but we are definitely going to make the most out of our Kitsch Museum day.
Yeah.
So one of the things you can do at the Kitsch Museum is you can make your own kitsch, where you can craft the most tacky things that come to mind. They also say if you own something you believe deserves a place in the Kitsch Hall of Fame, you can submit it for consideration.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our own kitsch.
Okay.
Now, I looked up the definition of kitsch.
Mm-hmm.
It not only was basically what they said on the museum definition, it's cut and paste. So this Romanian Kitsch Museum just like took the dictionary definition off the internet from the Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
And it's that same thing. Art objects designed considered to be in poor taste because they're excessively garish or sentimental, but sometimes appreciated, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what are these two Florida girls going to do when we make our own kitsch? So I decided that we should bring some items
to
help make our own kitsch.
Perfect.
The first thing I did was I bought a pair of flamingos.
As you should.
Like the kind that go in your lawn.
Yes, 100%.
I love those, by the way. I
think
like
they're
they should have them come
cute.
back. Yeah,
I agree.
Have more flamingos. Okay, so this pair was at Sears.
Okay.
And it was expensive. $658 for the pair of flamingos that's going to be in
That's very expensive.
At Sears, right? Like,
are they like ceramic?
I think they're metal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Still, it's expensive.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, definitely that's kitschy. And then the biggest kitsch I can think of is Disney stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially being from Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get a collection of, when you go to the park and you see people wearing, and I mean the Disney parks, you see people wearing like Disney hats that look like food or look like characters or they're huge. And they're like,
I don't think I have noticed
oh
those.
my gosh, it's like people wearing stuffed animals on their head. And I'm always like, it's so hot. It's 1,000 degrees out here. Why are you wearing a turkey leg on your head or a hat that makes you look like the Mad Hatter or a hat with a teapot on it or a hat that makes you look like Sully from Monsters Inc. Like, I don't get it because it always just looks really hot.
Yeah.
Well, I went to go find those online and I could not find them. So I think they might only be available in the parks, which now makes me understand why people buy them.
Okay.
Because before I was like, what do you do with a Mad Hatter hat after Disney World? Nothing.
That's so funny.
However, on the Shop Disney site, I was able to find ears, like the headband ears.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a friend who makes those.
Well, she must make a lot of money because
she does.
They are $29.99.
Yeah,
each,
per ear. Yeah.
And they carry over 240 sets of ears at shopdisney.com.
That's crazy.
Well, I bought 172 pairs.
Okay.
Most are $29.99. Some are really expensive, like $250. But we're
so
just
expensive.
Going to pretend that they're just $30. I know, like for a family of 4, that's $120 on ear headbands.
That's crazy.
Like, how do you explain to your kids, like, well, we budgeted that for dinner.
Yeah.
On your vacation. So we can't all get ears. Then they're crying. It's a meltdown. All the other kids have ears. And then, like one kid gets ears that are like $29.99, but the other one picks like the 250 Coach ears.
I know.
Then one gets one that lights up. I'm telling you.
No, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah.
So I'm buying 172 of those ears for us to make a kitschy art thing with.
Nice.
That's going to cost me $5,158.28. And that's not even all the ears they carry on Shop Disney.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it. I priced out 242 ears, which is how many they sell.
Yeah.
and it was over $9,500.
Oh my gosh.
And that was just using the lowest price ear. So I was like, okay, well, we'll get 172. So we're going to make Kitsch out of that.
Oh, yes, as we should.
Yeah. And then I also want to submit something for Kitsch.
Do you have something in mind?
Yeah. Well, I was like, what else do I love that people are kind of snobby about? Right.
What?
And for me, I think it's sitcoms and TV.
Oh, okay.
Because people are like, oh, you like TV? And they want me to say something like, yeah, I loved Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And then when I say, yes, I rewatched Seinfeld like the 40th time, they're like, cool, you're insane.
So funny.
I found on abebooks.com, which is a bookseller, like a rare bookseller.
Yeah.
Volume 1, number 1 of the TV guide.
Really?
It is from April 3rd through 9th, 1953.
Oh.
The cover is a baby. It's Lucille Ball's baby.
That's amazing.
This TV guide is in nearly fine condition. That's literally what they say, nearly fine.
Yeah, because I'm sure. I mean, even if it's been picked up after all those years, like
it's $1,250.
That is great. I mean, I believe it though. I actually feel like that's fine.
Yeah, they say it's super rare because most people didn't take care of their TV guides.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
They throw them out. It was like a paper.
No, it's like a playbill. Everyone's like, whatever.
Did you ever get the TV guide at home?
Yeah, 100%. We used to
I don't think we ever did. I used to have to wait for the parade. Remember they used to put the TV in the newspaper.
Oh.
And then they would have like a guide, the weekend guide, what I think would come out in the parade, like magazine that would be in the paper. Yeah, I used to just have to like read it in the paper. We never got the guide. And they would always be at my friends' houses. And I would think they were like so committed to television.
That's amazing.
They bought a book for it.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So $1,250 for that. And I'm going to submit that. And I think they'll take it.
Okay.
For Kitsch, right?
I think so.
Okay, we're going to go to one more place before I take you somewhere for Courage.
Okay.
And we are going to go. Apparently, I didn't eat lunch, so I hope that breakfast filled us up.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the Musée Micul Paris.
Okay.
And this is like a half residence, half cafe, half whatever, completely preserved as if it was Bucharest from like 1900, I would say, to 1920. And Bucharest was called Little Paris then.
Oh,
because
cool.
people in Bucharest were super fashionable. They would wear the latest Parisian fashions. They greeted each other in French. And so they kind of like preserved this apartment to look like that. And I love that stuff. Like I love looking around because it feels to me like I'm on a set.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh man, I feel like I'm in a movie. I'm in
a
set, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Especially pair it with some music, background music.
They have music.
Oh, cool.
They say you walk around this place while they play music from the era.
Oh, nice.
I know. So
that's really cool.
We're going to have some fun. And then we have to get back to the Hilton because we got to get ready for tonight.
Okay.
Because we are in Bucharest specifically on June 11th, 2023. So we have some time.
Okay.
And I got us the Diamond VIP package for the Celine Dion Courage tour.
No way. Wait, is that a thing right now?
Yeah, she's going on tour. The name is literally Courage. It has been rescheduled. So this date in Bucharest was rescheduled from July 29th, 2020, and then July 25th, 2021. And now finally, 3 years later, 2023, Courage tour.
That's amazing. How did you stumble across that?
I looked up Courage VIP luxury.
Yeah.
And then I think I found a tour seller that was selling like a VIP experience for the tour
the Courage.
in
That's
another
amazing.
city. Then I went to the tour site and I just picked a city.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we're going to go see Courage.
I would love that.
I would love to see Celine Dion again.
Yeah, I've never seen her in person.
Yeah, I would love to see her sing. So the Diamond VIP package gives us the best seats. I think we're in the first 5 rows.
Okay.
We get a VIP meet and greet with a photographer, and that is as much as I could read in Romanian. So that 2 tickets are going to cost us $1,360.
Wait, for both?
For both.
Okay.
They're $680 each.
Wow.
One ticket. They don't sell them in pairs either. It's like one ticket. They're like,
yeah, of course.
So we're going to go see Celine Dion and her Mist Curtain. I can't wait. She's going to sound amazing. Her voice is going to like blow us to the back seats. I'm very excited. And then we're going to go get late night food because that's what you do after a concert, right? Yeah. And I looked up late night food in Bucharest and I found Gyros Thessaloniki.
Okay.
And they say it is the best chicken kebab in Bucharest.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So we're going to get some street food. It's open 24 hours.
Nice. And
long lines, it says, and it's super cheap. So for $10, we're going to do that. That brings me to my total of $9,976.28.
Ooh. Well, that's what Lou would do with $10,000
in the place where Celine Dion is going to perform her Courage tour, Bucharest, Romania.
Yes. Oh, I want to go. But this is what we would do if we had $10,000 to give away. I found an organization that's called Faces of Courage.
Oh.
Yeah. So what this says, their slogan on their website says, cancer is serious, but camp is serious fun. So what this is it's camps for adults and children touched by all types of cancers and blood disorders. And these camps are 100% free because of this charity. Awesome. So basically they do camps all throughout the year. They have the mission to bring together people who have suffered, are suffering with cancer. They provide all of these programs free at no cost because of volunteers, sponsors, organizations, grants, fundraisers, you name it. And it says it's not just a camp, it's also a support group. So advice and help is available, but they also focus on fun. They have a relaxed environment for women, men, and children. And so each camp and or program aims in creating this, this environment that's free of judgment. It's free of the stresses of overcoming those illnesses. So definitely check them out. That's facesofcourage.org, or you can get it by going to our website, 10kdollarday.com, and subscribing to our newsletter. What did you find, Lou?
Okay. I was inspired by all the hotels saying that they would have a discount for Ukrainian refugees.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And so I just wanted to highlight that you can still donate stays through Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And you can still host. And if you are, no matter where you are, there might be refugees in your area, even not from Ukraine. And Airbnb actually works with a lot of refugee. This is what I didn't know. They work with nonprofits that kind of manage the refugees for them. Yeah. So they check the refugee guests for eligibility, and they are kind of in contact with them before, during, and after the stay. So even if you're hosting someone, they're not just like left at your house. Does that make sense? Like they have a support system around them. And Airbnb provides what they call air cover, which includes $1 million in liability insurance and damage protection for the hosts.
Oh, wow.
So that you can, host safely and donate safely. And they are still taking donations. And obviously I'm looking up hotels now. There are people still needing places to stay. The war is still happening, even though it's off of our headlines. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to remind people that if they're like, I forgot, I meant to donate there, then you can still do it.
That's awesome. So now it's time for our happies. This is something that we have felt inspired us today to smile a little bit. So Lou, what's your happy today?
My happy is that I have, in my quest to get my smell back, I have found some good tests. Apple cider vinegar, which our bae Billy Flanagan told me about. And I have found out that I can even just test myself to see if I can smell it. Oh. And a jar of Tiger Balm.
Oh, really?
Right now, I can stick my entire nose in to the jar. Uh-huh. I mean, I have a small little nose. I don't think everybody could stick their nose in there, but I can stick my nose in and I can kind of feel that there are menthol fumes, but I don't smell it at all.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good test. I'm just but the problem is I just keep doing it.
Oh.
Like I've probably done it 7 times in the last 10 minutes. I just keep sticking my nose in a tiger balm jar because I'm fascinated. Like I'm sad that I can't smell and taste, but I'm also fascinated by it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So I keep testing it.
You're like, is it still working? Yep, it's still working.
No, it's still not working.
Oh.
I can't smell it.
I thought you could. I thought it was coming back.
No, these are my tests to see if I can smell.
Oh, well, that's not fun. I thought you just enjoyed it. Ooh, you know what you should try? Rubber cement.
I have not had my hands on rubber cement in probably 30 years. Rubber cement.
I wonder, because you know how normally
people still using that? Is that
still
a thing?
For crafts?
Oh, I thought that we would have moved past rubber cement by now.
No, it still works really well for like those school projects. But you know how you're not technically supposed to smell it? Here's my question. So if you can't smell and you smell something that's supposed to give you that like, woo, high feeling, do you still get high if you don't smell it?
I don't know, but I feel you have just given me a project. Like, I'm having a hard time answering that with any semblance of responsibility.
No, I know.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to go buy paint cans today. I don't know.
You're like me and gasoline. We're going to. Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, do it safely, but I'd love to know the answer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we know what we're going to do in Dallas.
There we go. Yeah, we'll take bets on who gets higher first because I obviously can smell. So
that's true.
All right, my happy is that Emma finally got her senior year figured out. So this is Emma's senior year, which is crazy. Well, it's because she was switching. This is going to mean nothing to a lot of you, but she was Florida Virtual Flex program, which is where you can just do it at your own pace. You don't have to like log into anything at a certain time. You basically can do it whenever you want. Well, she found out that by being in the Flex program, you don't get to walk and receive your diploma. You just get like a certificate in the mail. And she was not happy. She's like, I want to walk. I've done all this work. And I totally agree. So we had to switch her from Flex to full-time, which is where you're required to be online. You have to check into classes, that sort of thing. It's still virtual, but you have to you do Zoom stuff. So we switched her. Oh boy, was it a time, just the stuff they need. And I didn't have everything I needed. And then I was emailing and it was like a mess. We finally got it all figured out. She was accepted. She's going to start classes and also figuring out what your senior needs to graduate. Like
what
do
you mean by that?
So basically like when you're in normal school, I guess the brick and mortar kind of school, you go through the phases. Well, for her, I have to figure out exactly what credits she needs left in order to graduate. So like she's already finished her English, so she doesn't technically have to take English, but because she's been virtual for 3 years, she has all of these electives that she's missing. So we had to like go in and like calculate all the credits that she needed. So it was a lot of like, just work, but it's all figured out now. And that is my happy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where's she going to walk?
So they actually have Pinellas County they go to a school and it's in their gym and they get the cap and gowns and everything. And all of the Florida virtual full-time students get to walk.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so her friend did it last year. We all went, we all got dressed up, you cheer as they walk across. And that's when she was like, I want this. And I said, of course you do. It's a big moment. She wants to invite her family, So that's when we were like, all right, let's make the switch. So
did you walk at AMTA? Does AMTA do a walk?
Yes, they do.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where did you do it in New York?
Oh, that's a question. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
That was before we took pictures and saved them.
That is the truth.
I don't know.
I actually don't even know. If you would ask me where I walked, I don't know.
I have no
field,
idea.
I don't know.
It was at some event hall that I remembered was connected to a bar because we were all like, we're not old enough to drink yet. So
I don't think I walked my college.
Really?
No, because I graduated in the summer.
Ah, yes.
And now that I think about it,
although
I do have a picture with a professor. Wow. I didn't recall any of these at all. But yeah, I do have a picture with a professor, so I must have walked. But I don't actually remember the graduation very well at all.
Yeah.
I remember my grad school graduation. I know that I was in a gym.
Oh, yeah. And I definitely remember my high school because it was this giant like arena. Even though we had
that was definitely the football field.
Yeah. Even though we had like 69 people in my class, but it was fine.
Oh, Allison, I am over these rental car searches. Every time I've got to look up this place and compare and shop, and it's exhausting.
Well, have you heard about rentalcars.com?
I vaguely, but remind me about all the good stuff.
Well, they are the world's largest platform for making online car rental reservations. And guess what? It's a part of booking.com. So you know that they are supplying major car suppliers, securing the lowest rates, and they are keeping things very safe during this uncertain time.
Something else I do love about rentalcars.com, they do flexible rentals. So you can cancel or change most bookings for free up to 48 hours before pickup, which I love. Keep it flexible. And they have a price match guarantee. That's going to save me so much time.
Yeah, I want to rent a car for less. And if you want to rent one too, check them out at 10kdollarday.com/rentalcars.
All right. Well, those were our happies. If you have a happy, send it to us. You can email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com. But before you go, don't go yet. We have one more segment. It is time for
10K Roleplay.
All right. Well, we are screwing our courage to the sticking place, right?
Okay.
And I know that that's a really sensitive topic for you because as the wife of the Cowardly Lion, I know that this has been something that comes up for you a lot, courage, at night. So,
trying to find my lion voice. Oh, okay. I was singing in my head, if I were the king of the world. Okay.
Okay, so, oh my gosh, we're not going to get through this.
Okay.
So, Miss Cowardly Lion.
Yes.
What are you obsessed with right now?
Well, my current obsession is the new food that I've been ordering from the new Lioness Cafe down the road. I have always been a wonderful cook, but lately I've been wanting to spend more time with the family, and my husband is going through a midlife crisis right now, so I need to be with him a little bit more in this time of his life. So I've been ordering my meals from the Lioness Cafe, and it is my obsession. They're simply wonderful.
You ready for your next question?
I am.
All right, Miss Cowardly Lion, what is on your wish list this week?
Well, this may seem a bit taboo, but I really wish that it was okay for female lions to wear manes as well.
Oh.
I would love to even get a wig mane and wear it, because I feel like it actually is more suited for the female lioness than the male anyway. I wish that we could wear the long flowy manes and maybe even add a little sparkle or a little bounce, a little dry shampoo, if you will.
Yes.
That's what I wish, is that manes were suitable for everyone.
I love that. All right. Well, what would you do if you had $10,000?
Well, if I had $10,000, I would definitely invest in a lion camp where we could just sleep all day. As you know, lions are very lazy and we love to sleep. But right now, there is global warming. It's very hot. So I would invest in a sleep area that was shaded, possibly with some indoor air conditioning units, so that we could lay and be lazy, because we hunt at night, so it's not so hot. But during the day, we'd like to sleep, but it's so hot. So that's what I would invest in, is a is a lazy area.
Okay. Well, what would you do if you had $10,000 to give away?
Well, that is easy. I would break it up. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. I would give some of it to the Lioness Cafe. I would give some of it to my husband because in his midlife crisis, he desperately wants voice lessons. Some of you may have heard his rendition of King of the Forest, and he needs a little bit of work. He has a little bit of breath control issues, and his vibrato is quite uncertain at times. It just goes and goes, and sometimes it's a little bit abrupt. And so I would get him some voice lessons with that money. And then also I would invest in some sort of science where we could elongate
Some sort of science.
elongate the lives of lions. Lions have a not so long lifespan, if I remember correctly. And so I would invest in living longer because life is short, but for us it's shorter.
Okay, well, what's your happy today?
Oh, well, my happy are the lion cubs. I have 4 lion cubs between me and the cowardly lion. And we just love our cubs. They're very rowdy and they're very spotty at the moment. And I just love them. They keep me on my toes or on my paws, if you will. And those 4 little cubs are my happy.
Okay, well, it was lovely catching up with you, Miss Lion. Thank you so much, and I wish you luck with your cafe.
Thank you. All right, Lulu, the word is courage. Did you know, it's funny, we both went animal routes. Did you know the honey badger is the most courageous animal on earth according to the Guinness Book of World Records?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lulu, you're not a honey badger, but
well, then I'll take off my honey badger voice.
But you are going to play Ranger. But you are going to play Ranger Raquel, who is a honey badger expert.
Yes, I am.
Yes. So, hi, Ranger Raquel.
Well, hi.
So, what's your obsession?
Well, listen, when I first started studying honey badgers, I didn't really understand what I was doing. I thought I was studying honey bears. And specifically, I thought I was going to be studying those honey bears that like you can actually get the honey in, the plastic honey. And I was like, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to learn how to make these honey bears because I thought, well, if you have all these honey bears, then you should definitely be like out. They should be sold more. And I don't understand whether I was clear. I think you could have like colored honey bear things too. And so I was going to go to school for that. And then I found myself in a honey, but it was blurred out a little bit on the course description. It said honey bear. And I was like, oh, great. A honey bear class. It's exactly what I came here to major in. And then I took it and it turned out to be a honey badger class. Oh. The funny thing is I didn't really understand that until the midterm. And so I kept doing all my papers on like how sweet they were and like how much I like to enjoy them with like my pancakes or a peanut butter sandwich. And I just kept getting feedback that I was feeding the honey badgers wrong. And I was like, I don't know what you want from me, but it turns out I am now the leading expert on honey badgers.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, you just end up going to school more and more and you just don't quit. And then you end up with a degree.
Yeah, you become an expert.
That's what they tell me.
Well, what's on your wish list?
I really wish that honey badgers had a spout so that when you squeeze them and the honey came out, it was just a little easier because the way that God made them is not quite as useful as the way the scientists have figured it out. You know, like the shape of the honey bear, I know, honey badger, whatever, but the shape of the honey bear is actually perfect for squeezing because you put your hands on that little poo tummy and it's like poo, poo, and then the honey comes out. It is perfect. Well, let me tell you. When you make one the shape of a badger, it's just not as cute. And I get it. I mean, I'm an expert on these little things. You know what I mean? But I just haven't found out exactly, like, should they be lying on its side maybe if you make a honey badger bottle? Because if it's just standing up and down, it doesn't make sense. Like the bear looks like it's sitting down. You know what I mean? It's cute. The badger just like looks wrong. So I wish it had a natural spout on its head so you'd know which way should go up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a smart marketing tool.
Yeah.
If you had $10,000, what would you do with it?
Is that, we're already on that question? Look at me go. Okay. Well,
yeah, because your wish list was that you would create.
You're right. And it would have a spell. If I had $10,000, what I would do is I would go to my local grocery store, the Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I would go and buy all the honey that was not in a honey bear container.
Sure.
And then I would put them in my honey badger containers because I can't actually afford, I'm scared of bees. So I don't want to like have my own honey. That seems scary to me. I also don't really look that good in white. So I don't want to get the whole outfit. But I feel that if you go and you just like liberate all of that honey from the non-bear containers, because I don't want to mess with a bear. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
We don't all need to be number one. I could be the number 2 honey provider. I'm okay with that. The bear is the bear.
Right.
But I do feel that there is room in the market for another plastic animal caricature honey vehicle.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you had $10,000 to give away, where would you give it?
Well, I would design some beekeeping equipment that maybe wasn't in white for people who don't either look good in it or just don't feel virginal. So if you want like a different color, if you want like a tie-dye, if you want something that's just a little bit more like I think that there should be camo beekeeping equipment that looks like rooftops and other bees. You can stand on your rooftop bee garden. I almost said beer garden. Wouldn't that be fun? But a bee garden. And you stand there and people are like, where's the beekeeper? And then you like break dance real fast. They're like, oh my God, I thought that was part of the rooftop. And you're like, I know. Welcome to my bee garden.
Okay. That's good. Yeah. Awesome. Look at that. You are at the end. What's your happy?
Well, my happy is that these honey badgers are so patient with me because I refuse to call them any badger names, you know?
Right.
So I've got like Smokey, I've got Pooh, I've got Brown, because I think in that Disney movie it was just called Brown Bear. Brother, that's what it was. Brother Bear. I call one Brother. I call one Yogi. I've got Boo Boo. And then when I run out of bear names, I'm just not going to be able to study any more badgers because there's no badger names. Like that doesn't exist.
You're right.
So we just go with the bear names as a tribute. Yeah, and my happy is that just that they take it. You know, they're real good, sweet little animals. I mean, they're never going to be a honey bear, but they're good.
Well, thank you so much, Ranger Raquel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. All right. That was our 10K role play. You guys, if you're enjoying the podcast, why don't you help us out on Patreon? Go to 10kdollarday.com/Patreon, Patreon, for as little as $2 a month. That is less than a cup of coffee. You can support this podcast so we can keep creating content, getting it out there into your ears. And also, you guys, we are on YouTube. We've been releasing our episodes even just audibly on YouTube, but it is a video format. So check that out if you like to listen to your episodes there. We have had a few listeners prefer that. And we love being with you here every single week. We can't wait till next week. So make sure that you subscribe and share as well. Also, check us out on social media. Just find us anywhere, 10K Dollar Day. All right. 10K Dollar Day is produced by Andrea Canny, intro by Stan Collins, graphic art by Jacob McAllister, the 10K jingle by Raquel and Rose, the vintage 10K Saturday episodes, that's in our vault on our website. That voiceover is by Charlie Hume. Thanks as always to Buzzsprout. Let's end this podcast how we end it every single week, with friends like us
who needs amenities.